I've used the ORM tool Linq to SQL, and recently this has been merged with Microsoft's new Entity Framework ORM. And Linq to SQL gets around problems that have always existed between object-oriented programs and relational databases. Databases are essentially flat, and the ORM creates an abstraction for you from your database that enables you to access your data in a manner that is more object-oriented. So if you can see here, these are the classes that these are the Linq to SQL classes, and I've created these by dragging on tables from my SQL database. So I've dragged that on. If you look there, that's the SQL table, and they're the fields that are in it. And if you look here, the class it's created, the account. This is the account class, and these were the fields on the database, and these are now properties on the account class. You can extend these classes further by right-clicking on them, viewing code, and creating a partial class behind them as well. So if you look at the taxi, for example, on the partial class taxi, I've created another string property that returns the taxi's driver forename and surname, so I can get that directly through the taxi in one property instead of two properties that it would have been before. So these tables have become my domain objects, and I can transfer those into the code. The relationships on the tables, like the one-to-manys, many-to-ones, one booking has, one taxi has many bookings. These are transposed onto the domain objects as well. So, for example, a taxi has many bookings. So if we look at the a taxi object and view the code behind it, we've got a taxi object there. If I refer to the taxi in the code, we can see there that the taxi has bookings, and those bookings, you can see that that's an entity set, which is something you can enumerate through a collection of bookings that belong to that taxi, and bookings are, each one of those is a booking object as well. You can see that the taxi also has a driver object associated with it as well, and that's linked to SQL.